How your mind works. You have a mind and you should learn how to use it. There are two levels of your mind, the conscious or rational level and the subconscious or irrational level. You think with your conscious mind, and whatsoever you habitually think sinks down into your subconscious mind, which creates according to nature of your thought. Your subconscious mind is the seat of your emotion and is the creative mind. If you think good, good will follow. If you think evil, evil will follow. This is the way your mind works. The main point to remember is once the subconscious mind accepts an idea, it begins to execute it. It is an interesting and subtle truth that the law of the subconscious mind works for good and bad ideas alike. This law, when applied in a negative way, is the cause of failure, frustration, and unhappiness. However, when your habitual thinking is harmonious and constructive, you experience perfect health, success, and prosperity. Peace of mind and healthy body are inevitable when you begin to think and feel in the right way. Whatever you claim mentally and feel as true, your subconscious mind will accept and bring forth into your experience. The only thing necessary for you to do is to get your subconscious mind to accept your idea, and the law of your own subconscious mind will bring forth the health, peace, or the position you desire. You give the command or decree, and your subconscious will faithfully reproduce the idea impressed upon it. The law of your mind is this: you will get a reaction or response from your subconscious mind according to the nature of the thought or idea you hold in your conscious mind. Psychologists and psychiatrists point out that when your thoughts are converted to your subconscious mind, impressions are made in the brain cells. As soon as your subconscious accepts any idea, it proceeds to put it into effect immediately. It works by association of ideas and uses every bit of knowledge that you have gathered in your lifetime to bring about its purpose. It draws on the infinite power, energy, and wisdom within you. It lines up all the laws of nature to get its way. Sometimes it seems to bring about an immediate solution to your difficulties, but at other times it may take days, weeks, or longer. Its ways are past finding out. Conscious and subconscious terms differentiated. You must remember that these are not two minds, they are merely two spheres of activity within one mind. Your conscious mind is the reasoning mind, it is the phase of mind which chooses. For example, you choose your books, your home, your partner in life. You make all your decisions with your conscious mind. On the other hand, without any conscious choice on your part, your heart is keep functioning automatically, and the process of digestion, circulation, and breathing are carried away on by your subconscious mind through process independent of your conscious control. Your subconscious mind accepts what is impressed upon it or what you consciously believe. It doesn't reason things out like a conscious mind, and it doesn't argue with you controversially. Your subconscious mind is like the soil which accepts any kind of seed, good or bad. Your thoughts are active and might be likened unto seeds. Negative, destructive thoughts continue to work negatively in your subconscious mind, and in due time will come forth into outer experience which corresponds with them. Remember, your subconscious mind doesn't engage in proving whether your thoughts are good or bad, true or false, but it responds according to the nature of your thought or suggestion. For example, if you consciously assume something as true, even though it may false, your subconscious mind will accept it as true and proceed to bring about the result which must necessarily follow because you consciously assume it to be true. Experiment by psychologists. Innumerable experiments by psychologists and other on person in the hypnotic state have shown that the subconscious mind is incapable of making selection and comparison, which is necessary for a reasoning process. They have shown repeatedly that your subconscious mind will accept any suggestion, however false. Having one accepted any suggestion, it responds according to the nature of the suggestion given. To illustrate the amenability of your subconscious mind to suggestion, if you practice Hypnosis suggests to one of his subjects that he is Napoleon Bonaparte or even a cat or a dog. He will act out the part with inimitable accuracy. His personality becomes changed for the time being. He believes himself to be whatever the operator tells him he is. A skilled hypnotist may suggest to one of his students in the hypnotic state that his back itches, to another that his nose is bleeding, to another that he is a marble statue, to another that he is freezing and the temperature is below zero. Each one will follow out the line of his particular suggestion, totally obvious to all his surroundings which do not pertain to this idea. This simple illustration portrays clearly the difference between your conscious reasoning mind and your subconscious mind, which is impersonal, non-selective, and accept as true whatever your conscious mind believes to be true, and hence the importance of selecting thought, ideas, and premises which please, heal, inspire, and fill your soul with joy. The terms objective and subjective mind clarified. Your conscious mind is sometimes referred to as your objective mind because it deals with outer object. The objective mind takes cognizance of the objective world. Its media of observation are your five physical senses. Your objective mind is your guide and directory in your contact with your environment. You gain knowledge through your five senses. Your objective mind learns through observation, experience, and education. As previously pointed out, the greatest function of the objective mind is that of reasoning. Suppose you are one of the thousands of tourists who come to Los Angeles annually. You would come to the conclusion that it is a beautiful city based upon your observation of the parks, pretty garden, majestic building, and lovely homes. This is the working of your objective mind. Your subconscious mind is oftentimes referred to as your subjective mind. Your subjective mind takes cognizance of its environment by means independent of the five senses. Your subjective mind perceives by intuition. It is the seat of your emotion and the storehouse of memory. Your subjective mind performs its highest function when your objective senses are in abeyance. In a word, it is that intelligence which makes itself manifest when the objective mind is suspended or in a sleepy, drowsy state. Your subjective mind sees without the use of natural organs of vision. It has the capacity of clairvoyance and clairaudience. Your subjective mind can leave your body, travel to distant land, and bring back information, oftentimes of the most exact and truthful character. Through your subjective mind, you can read the thought of others, read the content of sealed envelopes and closed safes. Your subjective mind has the ability to apprehend the thought of others without the use of the ordinary objective means of communication. It is of the greatest importance that we understand the interaction of the objective and subjective mind in order to learn the true art of prayer. The subconscious cannot reason like your conscious mind. Your subconscious mind cannot argue controversially. Hence, if you give it wrong suggestion, it will accept them as true, will proceed to bring them to pass as condition, experiences, and events. All things that have happened to you are based on thought impressed on your subconscious mind through belief. If you have conveyed an erroneous concept to your subconscious mind, the sure method of overcoming them is by the repetition of constructive, harmonious thought, frequently repeated, which your subconscious mind accepts, thus forming new and healthy habit of thought and life. For your subconscious mind is a seat of habit. The habitual thinking of your conscious mind establishes deep grooves in your subconscious mind. This is very favorable for you if your habitual thoughts are harmonious, peaceful, and constructive. If you have indulged in fear, worry, and other constructive forms of thinking, the remedy is to recognize the omnipotence of your subconscious mind and decree freedom, happiness, and perfect health. Your subconscious mind, being creative and one with your divine soul, will proceed to create the freedom and happiness which you have earnestly decreed. The tremendous power of suggestion. You must realize by now that your conscious mind is the watchman at the gate, and its chief function is to protect your subconscious mind from false impression. You are now aware of one of the basic laws of mind. Your subconscious mind is amenable to suggestion. As you know, your subconscious mind doesn't make comparison or contrast, neither doesn't reason or things out for itself. This latter function belongs to your conscious mind. It simply reacts to your impression given to it by your conscious mind. It doesn't show a preference for one course of action over another. The following is a classic example of the tremendous power of suggestion. Suppose you approach a timid looking passenger on board ship and say to him something like this: "You look very ill. How pale you are. I feel certain you are going to be seasick. Let me help you to your cabin." The passenger turns pale. Your suggestion of seasickness associates itself with his own fears and forebodings. He accepts your aid down to the berth, and there are your negative suggestion which you accepted by him. It realized how he lost his arm. Every 2 or 3 years, I give a series of lectures at the London Truth Forum in Caxton Hall. This is a forum I founded a number of years ago. Dr. Evelyn Fleet, the director, told me about an article which appeared in the English newspaper dealing with the power of suggestion. This is a suggestion a man gave to his subconscious mind over a period of about 2 years. "I would give my right arm to see my daughter cured." It appeared that his daughter had a crippling form of arthritis together with a so-called incurable form of skin disease. Medical treatment had failed to alleviate the condition, and the father had an intense longing for his daughter's healing and expressed his desire to, in his words just quoted. Dr. Evelyn Fleet said that the newspaper article pointed out that one day the family was out riding when their car collided with another. The father's right arm was torn off at the shoulder, and immediately the daughter's arthritis and skin condition vanished. You must take certain to give your subconscious only suggestion which heal, bliss, elevate, and inspire you in all your ways. Remember that your subconscious mind cannot take a joke. It takes you at your. How autosuggestion banishes fear. Illustration of autosuggestion. Autosuggestion means suggesting something definite and specific to oneself. Herbert Perkin, in his excellent manual of autosuggestion, record the following incident. It has its amusing side so that one remember it. A New York visitor in Chicago looks at his watch, and which is set an hour ahead of Chicago time, and tells a Chicago friend that it is 12 o'clock. The Chicago friend, not considering the difference in time between Chicago and New York, tells the New Yorker that he is hungry and that he must put lunch. Autosuggestion may be used to banish various fears and other negative emotional conditions. A young singer was invited to give an audition. She had been looking forward to the interview, but on 3 previous occasions she had failed miserably due to fear of failure. This young lady had a very good voice, but she had been saying to herself, "When the time comes for me to sing, maybe they will not like to me. I will try, but I am full of fear and anxiety." Our subconscious mind accepted this negative autosuggestion as a request and proceeded to manifest them and bring them into her experience. The cause was an involuntary autosuggestion, that is, silent fear, thought, emotionalized and subjectified. She overcame it by the following technique. 3 times a day, she isolated herself in a room. She sat down comfortably in an armchair, relaxed her body and closed her eyes, and she stilled her mind and body as best she could. Physical inertia favors mental passivity and renders the mind more receptive to suggestion. She counteracted the fear suggestion by saying to herself, I sing beautifully, I am poised, serene, confident, and calm. She repeated this statement slowly, quietly, and with feeling from 5 to 10 times at each sitting. She had three sittings every day and one immediately prior to sleep. At the end of a week, she was completely poised and confident. When the invitation to audition came, she gave a remarkable, wonderful audition. The constructive and destructive power of suggestion. Some illustration and comments on heterosuggestion. Heterosuggestion means suggestion from another person. In all ages, the power of suggestion has played a part in the life and thought of man in every period of time and is country of the earth. In many parts of the world, it is a controlling power in religion. Suggestion may be used to discipline and control ourselves, but it can also be used to take control and command over others who do not know the loss of mind. In its constructive form, it is wonderful and magnificent. In its negative aspect, it is one of the most destructive of all response patterns of the mind, resulting in pattern of misery, failure, suffering, sickness, and disaster. Have you accepted any of this? From infancy on, the majority of us have been given many negative suggestions, not knowing how to word them. We unconsciously accepted them. Here are some of the negative suggestions you can. You will never amount to anything. You must not. You will fail. You haven't got a chance. You are all wrong. It's no use. It's not what you know, but who you know. The world is going to the dogs. What's the use? Nobody cares. It's no use trying so hard. You are too old now. Things are getting worse and worse. Life is an endless grind. Love is for the world. You just cannot win. Pretty soon you will be bankrupt, and watch out, you will get the virus. You cannot trust a soul, etc. Unless as you adult you use constructive suggestion, which is the reconditioning therapy. The impression made on you in the past can cause behavior pattern that cause failure in your personal and social life. Autosuggestion is a means releasing you from the mass of negative verbal conditioning that might otherwise distort your life pattern and making the development of good habits difficult. You can counteract negative suggestion. Pick up the paper any day and you can read dozens of items that could sow the seeds of fatality, fear, worry, anxiety, and impending doom. If accepted by you, this thought of fear could cause you to lose the will for life. Knowing that you can reject all this negative suggestion by giving your subconscious mind constructive suggestion, you counteract all these destructive ideas. Check regularly on the negative suggestion that people make to you. You do not have to be influenced by destructive heterosuggestion. All of us have suffered from it in your childhood and in our teens. If you look back, you can easily recall how parents, friends, relatives, teachers, and associates contributed in a campaign of negative suggestion. Study the things said to you and you will discover much of it was in the form of propaganda. The purpose of much of what was said was to control you or instill fear into you. This heterosuggestion process goes on in every home, office, factory, and club. You will find that many of these suggestions are for the purpose of making you think, feel, and act as others want you to, and in the ways that are to their advantage. The power of an assumed major premise. Your mind works like a syllogism. This means that whatever major premise your conscious mind assumes to be true determines the conclusion your subconscious mind comes to in regard to any particular question or problem in your mind. If your premise is true, then the conclusion must be true, as in the following example. Every virtue is laudable, kindness is a virtue, therefore kindness is laudable. Another example is as follows: all formed things change and pass away. The pyramids of Egypt are formed things, and therefore someday the pyramid will pass away. The first statement is referred to as the major premise, and the right conclusion must necessarily follow the right premise. A college professor who attended some of my Science of Mind lectures on May 1962 at Town Hall, Newark, said to me, everything in my life is topsy turvy, and I have lost health, wealth, friends, everything I touched turned out wrong. I explained to him that he should establish a major premise in his thinking. The infinite intelligence of his subconscious mind was guiding, directing, and prospering him spiritually, mentally, and materially. Then his subconscious mind would automatically direct him wisely in his investment decision and also heal his body and restore his mind to peace and tranquility. This professor formulated an overall picture of the way he wanted to live his life, and this was his major premise. Infinite intelligence leads to and guides me in all my ways. Perfect health is mine, and the law of harmony operates in my mind and body. Beauty, love, peace, and abundance are mine. The principle of right action and divine order govern my entire life. I know my major premise is based on the eternal truth of life, and I know, feel, and believe that my subconscious mind responds according to the nature of my conscious mind thinking. He wrote me as follows. I repeated the above statement slowly, quietly, and lovingly several times a day, knowing that they are sinking deep down into my subconscious mind, and that result must follow. I am deeply grateful for the interview you gave me, and I would like to add it that all departments of my life are changing for the better. It works. The subconscious doesn't argue controversially. Your subconscious mind is all wise and knows the answer to all questions. It doesn't argue with you or talk back to you. It doesn't say, you must not impress me with that. For example, when you say, I cannot do this. I am too old now. I cannot meet this obligation. I was born on the wrong side of the tracks. I don't know the right politician. You are impregnating your subconscious with this negative thought, and it represents accordingly. You are actually blocking your own good, thereby bringing back limitation and frustration into your life. When you set up obstacles, impediment, and delays in your conscious mind, you are denying the wisdom and intelligence and resilience of your subconscious mind. You are actually saying in effect that your subconscious mind cannot solve your problem. This leads to mental and emotional congestion, followed by sickness and numeric tendencies. To realize your desire and overcome your frustration, affirm boldly several times a day. The infinite intelligence which gave me this desire leads, guides, and reveals to be the perfect plan for the unfolding of my desire. I know the deeper wisdom of my subconscious is now responding, and what I feel and claim within is expressed in the without. There is a balance, equilibrium, and equanimity. If you say there is no way out, I am lost. There is no way out of this dilemma. I am stymied and blocked. You will get no answer or response from your subconscious mind. If you want the subconscious to work for you, give it the right request and attain its cooperation. It is always working for you. It's controlling your heartbeat this minute and also your breathing. It hears a cut on your finger, and its tendency is lifeward, forever seeking to take care of you and preserve you. Your subconscious has a mind of its own, but it accepts your pattern of thought and imagery. When you are seeking an answer to your problem, your subconscious will respond, but it expects you to come with decision to true judgment in your conscious mind. You must acknowledge the answer is in the subconscious mind. However, if you say, I don't think there is any way out, I am all mixed and confused, why don't I get an answer? You are neutralizing your prayer like the soldier making time, you do not get anywhere. Still the wheels of your mind, relax, let go, and quietly affirm, my subconscious knows the answer, it is responding to me now. I give thanks because I know the infinite intelligence of my subconscious knows all things and is revealing the perfect answer to me now. My real conviction is now setting free the majesty and glory of my subconscious mind. I rejoice that it is so.